Welcome back to Crazy Stupid Midlife, everyone.
For those of you who are new to us, maybe this is your first episode and you're just tuning in. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Renee.
That's Renee. So now you know our voices. This week, we just finished the episode with Sasha, Coach Sasha, and it was really wonderful information about health and wellness. So we decided to do a 100-day challenge of our own. So we're going to call it the CSM Podcast 100 Days Challenge. And we're going to collaborate with Sasha. So we have accountability, and hopefully we can get all of you to get on board. Renee's going to talk about a little bit what that looks like. It is, I think Coach Sasha is going to hold us accountable, which is nice because she's done this so many times. So that's why it's great to team up with her. So what does the 100 days challenge look like for our listeners?
So I just got off a call with my good friend, Kathy, and thank you, Kathy, as Kathy tunes in all the time.
Thank you, Kathy.
So Kathy is in day 91 of her own challenge that she started back in, I want to say it was like the end of January. And at the time we were just trying to get our podcast going, and I couldn't take on another thing because we were trying to officially, do everything that we need to do to launch. And now that we are official and we interviewed Coach Sasha last week, we decided that this would be such a great collab. So I called Kathy to get her take on the challenge. And so I'm going to do a little bit of reading, but also recapping from Kathy. So 100 days healthy challenge entails a commitment to a healthier, happier you, but in a very structured way, right? So there's 3 steps. The step 1 is to move your body 6 days a week for a minimum of 20 minutes. Coach Sasha talked about that in the episode last week. One of those days is a rest self-care day, and that's where CSM is going to come in and try to give you guys some of our own versions of self-care, because we are going to do the challenge alongside all of you.
Yeah.
So, and we're excited about that part too, because...
And did we talk about what CSM is? It's just our initials for Crazy Stupid Midlife. So when you hear CSM, that's just us shortening that.
Yeah. Which we're excited about too. We have ideas for the CSM acronym, right? Being like on a hat or on a sweatshirt. Anyways.
Yeah.
Another topic, another episode, another day. Step 2 is the check into H100C, which stands for Healthy 100 Challenge Facebook Accountability Group. So we did create a Facebook page, but we need to, build that up, which we will do in time for the challenge to start. And on that Facebook page, you're going to receive daily healthy habits that will last a lifetime. So you guys might have remembered in Coach Sasha's episode, she talked about how, habits aren't formed in a week or 2, right? They're really formed in consistency over a short period of time. And she has found 100 days to be like the sweet spot, which I can totally agree with. Habits, again, bad habits are formed over time and good ones are the same, right? Yeah. So 100 days it's a great round number to think about. Step 3 is receiving weekly workouts. This is, I think, the coolest part. You get weekly workouts and recipes by your own professional health coach, which is Coach Sasha. And again, Danielle and I are going to be doing this with you guys. So when we come across something that we like, or if we made one of Coach Sasha's recipes and we maybe did a spin on it, or if we just loved it, we're going to be sharing that with all of you as well. And there are some prizes. There's a Challenge Queen prize where you get $100 cash back, or your next challenge is on Coach Sasha.
Oh, wow.
Plus a 60-minute strategic coaching one-on-one call with her, which is a $97 value. Or you get 50% off her LeanPowerment program, which is a value of up to $3,000. So that's the background from Coach Sasha on the challenge.
Okay. So the reason we want to partner up with her is because she's the coach. She knows all about this. She knows how to motivate. She knows how to, because if we did it all the time, then we wouldn't need a challenge. The problem is holding ourselves accountable. And I think she helps with that. So there's days that you are like, oh, I can't find 20 minutes. Everyone can find 20 minutes. Everyone can find 20 minutes. So if you're not feeling it, maybe you need to just hop on that Facebook page or send an email out or something, just like, I can't do it today. And they're going to give you motivation, the group, the community. We can hashtag on Instagram even, we can build the community there. So if you're just like, I did my 20 minutes today, or, hey, I upped it to 30 minutes today, or, be proud of whatever you did, but that has to at least be 20 minutes. Consistency. If you fall off, it's okay. I mean, just keep going. You just want to pick up and keep going. But the reason we wanted to partner with her is because it shows accountability and commitment and consistency, which anything that you do consistently or adopt really just can get you to that next level of, maybe the next 100 days after this 100 days, you're going to do 30 minutes or then 45 or whatever it is. But it gets you into a cycle of, this is part of my life now. And so it changes you, it changes your thought on food, what you put in your body, and how you have to move. And then it will change your mental health, and maybe it changes other things in your life that aren't going so smoothly. So it's a domino effect, but you have to start somewhere. And so we're here to help just motivate all of us who are just kind of struggling with making sure that we're taking care of ourselves first and getting some consistency. So.
Yeah, I also wanted to add in a couple things. So with the 20 minutes of movement, and this is something that Kathy had shared with me too when she had started doing this back in January. It can be any kind of movement. So I want to make that clear. It can be a walk around your neighborhood. It could be a yoga video at home. It could be you getting some dumbbells and doing some strength training in your room. It could be going to the gym. It could be getting on a workout machine. It could be doing the rower. It could be doing the treadmill, the Peloton. Like, it basically just means that you're moving your body for 20 minutes. And of course, if there's absolutely nothing else that you could think of squeezing into your day, going out and walking around your neighborhood, your cul-de-sac, even your backyard, doing like jump rope or whatever. Like, there's so many different ways to move your body. And so I think that's really important to note, because not everybody has a gym membership. Not everybody has a ton of time, but 20 minutes, like Danielle said, is accessible. You just have to be a little bit creative. And I think that's where Danielle and I are going to really try to be encouraging, because we're going to share what we do. And also, I want to note, I will be on vacation for a big chunk of that time, and I'm still going to be getting that daily movement in, and I'm still going to be documenting it. Because here's the thing, vacation is usually thought of as, I don't really want to be healthy on vacation. I mean, I kind of come from that mindset too, but I also feel like if you can be healthy-ish on vacation, that is still good. So we talked about the 80-20 rule, and Danielle had the really great idea of adding that in as a layer. So why don't you talk about how you came up with that idea and how that is going to factor into the healthy challenge?
Well, 80-20 is just kind of how I live, right? Well, lately it's been a little less than that, but 80% of the time we want to make good decisions. We want to eat healthy. 80% of the time, I don't really drink alcohol. 80% of the time, I'm going to use good products for my body. But 20% of the time, I'm not going to do that. Like, there's just, life is messy. Life is hard. It's not always consistent for me. So I give myself grace for 20% of the time. So maybe I'll have dessert and be okay with it. But I'm just not having dessert every meal, every day. So the 80-20 is just doing as much as you can 80% of the time as being healthy and better and good for you, and give yourself grace for the 20%. Yeah. So the 80-20 is good.
Such a great, starting point too. Like, people fall off the bandwagon. Okay. Like, the last couple of weeks for me have been I don't want to say the word rough, because it's not rough, but it's like wrapping up the school year is always crazy. There's always meetings, and there's always like things after school, and there's stuff going on. And of course, everyone is like super excited about the school year ending, and students are staying after class to make up work. And so I have kind of fallen off the bandwagon actually the last couple of weeks. And when I fall off the bandwagon, I feel a little guilty, but then to counteract those guilty feelings, I have desserts and sweets and stuff like that, because I'm like, well, I'm just going to have a little ice cream and I'll feel better. I'm just going to have a little this and I'll feel better. So now I'm kind of like feeling it. And it was funny because last night I actually said these words out loud before I got into bed. I took off my clothes to put on my pajamas. I put my pajamas on and I said, okay, Renee, you had a fun couple of weeks. You got to lock in tomorrow. Like, you're done. This is it. This is it. You had your fun, girl. You got to wake up and make a change. And so I'm like totally committed as of today to like going back to the 80-20.
Yeah.
So this is such great timing. We need to build this up with our community of listeners, and so that we can have people like, guys, we want you to do this with us, right? It's going to be so much more fun if we're all in this together.
I agree.
And CSM was developed so that we would have a community. And we're so excited about the, success of our indie podcast. It's doing well. Obviously we have a lot of room to grow, but we have a community and we get positive feedback all the time. And we're super jazzed about this. And now we really want to start interacting with you guys. And that's another reason why we thought the challenge would be a great way to do that. We have ideas for some challenges in the fall, which we'll talk about, later during summer. But right now, this is our kickoff challenge, and Coach Sasha is super excited. We are super excited, and we can't wait to get started. We have a tentative start date, right? What is our start date?
Was it June? It's June. So
yeah, June. Let me see. I think we
June
had talked
16th?
about doing it. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yes. Okay. We had talked about starting June 16th, but Coach Sasha said, if we don't get as much signups as we were hoping in a week, well, actually that's like 2 weeks. No. Yeah. June 16th. That gives us 2 weeks-ish to start getting signups, but we could always push it to June 23rd.
So I think June 16th is going to be good. And this is my thought process behind it. I know a lot of people are having graduations. I know a lot of people at the end of the year right now, finishing school.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get through that. Let's just get through that. Give us some grace, like let the dust settle a little bit with the end of the year stuff. And then we want to start well in summer, right? We always want to be fit for summer. We always want to have good mental health and routines. And so I think June 16th is perfect. I think it's actually the day after Father's Day. So
it is the day after Father's Day and my son's graduation from college. So
exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's nice to have all of that kind of stuff dialed in.
Yeah.
Before.
So let's have it done, but sign up so that you have committed yourself. And how do they sign up? So if you're wanting to do this 100-day challenge, and literally you can live in Greece, you can live anywhere in the world and do this.
Anywhere. Yeah.
You don't
it doesn't
have to
matter where you live. It doesn't have to be. Actually, Coach Sasha said most of her clients are not local. Kathy's her only local client. And then you and me will be the other two. So it doesn't really matter where you live, guys. That's important. We have listeners all over the world, which is incredible. So anyone can sign up for this challenge, no matter where you live. You're still going to have the CSM community encouraging you every step of the way.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cost.
Yeah.
And how you sign up. So Coach Sasha created a link that is directly related. It's called the CSM, Crazy Stupid Midlife Healthy 100 Challenge. Okay. That is going to be included in the show notes. It's also going to be included on our website on our end. And we will promote it on Instagram as well.
And the newsletter that you get when we launch this
our email newsletter
podcast episode.
Yes. Yes. So there will be all those ways of signing up. And of course, we're going to mention it to all of our friends that reach out to us about the podcast. But this is the best way to reach all of you, is by promoting it on our episode. It is $100 to sign up for the challenge. And we see that as $1 a day, which is like, you can't even get a cup of coffee from McDonald's for $1, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. So why would they pay $100? Because that's what I always say. Like, why am I going to pay $100 and what we get up? But we actually are offering a lot for the $100.
Yes. So, there's two parts to it, right? So there's Coach Sasha's expertise as a health and fitness coach. She's going to be giving workouts and recipes and daily reflection prompts, and also the continuous regular access to the community on Facebook. She also uses this app called Voxer, which is like a walkie-talkie app. To be honest, I'm new to that, so I don't quite understand it, but my friend Kathy said that it's nice, because sometimes you don't have the ability, like sometimes you're in your car and you're like, I'm not feeling it today. You can just use that app to check in. And there's always going to be somebody who will reply to it, either Sasha or another like team member. So there's that. And then there's also the Facebook element, which is what my friend used more so, just because she's a big Facebooker. She loves Facebook. So there's that component. And then the other half is us, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, it's just community too. And when it's like, if you pay for something, sometimes you're like, oh, I paid for that, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to be consistent. So that's really what it is, because, you can be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. But sometimes if you put money down towards it, it just makes you feel like you're just more obligated to do it. So that's what I think the $100 is. It's more just to hold yourself accountable and to make sure you do the challenge. I did want to say that, so I am actually going to up the ante. I want to do my 100 days as 45 minutes because I already exercise a little bit, but I want to move that needle a little for myself. So if you are someone who already is getting out there a little bit, and you can just kind of move the needle. So you can manipulate it for you, but
right. Make it a challenge.
It's the very least 20 minutes. Cause I'll tell you, I don't get out there every day for 20 minutes even. So at the very least, I'm going to make sure I get out there for 20 minutes and do something. So, for those of you who are like, oh, I already work out. Well, think about it as making sure you're doing it for the very least 20 minutes every single day.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I will do that 45-minute challenge with you too, because, well, one, I usually work out. Like I said, the last 2 weeks have been unusual for me, and I'm starting to feel it emotionally. Like, it's not even about the body part, right? It's just more like I'm starting to feel unmotivated, a little bit blah, like a little bit of doomsday. And also, I think my period's coming next week, so that makes a lot of sense. It's so important to be aware of your cycle and your timing and everything, so that I'm not giving myself a hard time. I really am not, because things happen and life happens and I'm a human being, but I am starting to feel kind of like gross, which is why I verbally told myself, okay, Renee, you're done.
Yeah.
You're fun. Now it's time to get healthy again, because I know I'll feel so much better. So I will join you on that 45-minute.
Yeah. But for
challenge.
those who are listening and they're like, 20 minutes sounds like a lot. I know it does, but just do it. Just start it one step in front of the other, a little bit every day, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, and it will be so easy. So that's why the community is really important, and the consistency. And Sasha, she is going to be there for you. And so I really want to do this for myself. So I'm hoping that others join us, because I know that I feel so much better when I am moving my body consistently, and it just helps every aspect of my life, every aspect.
I also want to add, there was a time where I felt the best, probably in October of last year. That's when I was doing Madhouse a lot. And then I was also working out and doing Madhouse. And then sometimes I was squeezing in a walk. Again, it wasn't sustainable, and I completely acknowledge that. However, I will say this, you could do like 2 sets of 20 minutes, right? Like if you're trying to join us on the 45, because for me, I'm always going to go in it with, I'm going to do 20.
Right.
And then if I have time and I'm feeling like it, I'm going to add another 20.
Yeah.
Or now that I'm in summer break, I'm a teacher. So that's one of the perks, right? Like I could do 20 minutes in the morning, and then maybe like later on, I could do another 20-minute walk after dinner. And that is going to get me to my 40. So you can break it up. It doesn't have to be, 45 minutes. And again, start with 20, because that's the challenge is just doing 20. But if you have the time and you're feeling great, might as well go to 40. Why not?
Yeah. Or an hour, whatever it is. But we're going to start here. So the 100 days. And if for this 100 days goes great, then maybe we tack on the next 100 days. And then that is 30 minutes or the 45 minutes or whatever it is. But then at the end of the 100 days, let's talk about how we're feeling and how empowering that was. Because if we can during. Yeah, of course, we're going to have a lot of touch bases. But I mean, even take pictures of yourself, make a journal, talk about how you feel right when you start the 100 days.
That reminds me, Kathy said that. She said that one of the fun elements on Facebook, and we can do this on Facebook or Instagram or both. She said that she would like do a hot yoga class, and she'd be all sweaty, and she'd take a selfie. And then like another one in the community would follow up with her selfie after a workout.
Oh, I love that.
So that's something we could, I love that too. I so love that, because you're like so proud of yourself. You did it, or if you're going for a hike, like, and to a viewpoint, take a picture at the top of the viewpoint, I love that.
And tag us. I don't know if it's a hashtag
Yeah.
or a tag for Instagram. I don't really know how it works, but somehow if you're on Instagram and you're, just say I'm part of this 100-day, the CSM podcast 100-day challenge, and post it, tag us, because then, let's just like see how many people we can reach and build in this community to keep motivated. That's what I think that would be a great challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. So, real quick about the journal, because I feel like it's so important. You are not a journaler. I am a journaler. So I think we need to make sure we're tapping into both types of people.
Absolutely.
I love journaling. It's gotten me through many difficult times in my life. And it also, for me, I have a lot of thoughts going on. So when I get to write on paper, it's like very therapeutic. So it's a great way for me. When I talked to Kathy today, she said she didn't really have time to do long journaling. So she discovered this journal online called, what was it called? The Clever Fox. And it was like 4 minutes of her day where she would jot down, it's like set prompts. And she sent me a picture of it this morning when we were talking. And I went and looked at the link of it because I thought, oh, that's so like cool for people who don't love to journal. And so this is what it says on the daily. It says, okay, I am grateful for, and it has spot for 3 things. I'm excited about, I am proud of, 1 positive affirmation, what simple joys am I lucky to have in my life? And then a little evening reflection at the end of the day with like emojis, like how you feel and things that made this day great. She said it takes her 4 minutes. She loves doing it. And I thought that would be a great option for people who are like, yeah, I definitely want to do this challenge, but I'm not a journaler. The Clever Fox would be such a great journal for you guys to get. And we're going to link it too.
For the prompts, it's great because then you don't have to think, you just answer the questions. That's more.
Exactly.
That's more my alley.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah.
I want to come
up. Yeah, and they're really cute too. They come in a bunch of different colors. And when I went to the website, I was like, this is so great. Like I would totally do this. And it's really good to start your day and end your day on a positive note.
Yeah.
If you remember, Dr. Noriko talked about that. Remember how before she doesn't go to bed angry, like she tries to let go of whatever
her
negativity. Yeah. And she has like a thought process to think of a place that you love, like your favorite place or a favorite memory or something like that. This is kind of that same concept, right? You want to go to bed on a positive note and you want to wake up on a positive note. And it's important to retrain your brain to do that. And I think this is a great way to do it.
I agree. I love it. So 100-day challenge. Is it called CSM 100-day challenge? What are we calling it?
I think she's calling it Crazy Stupid. Let me pull up the text that she sent us. Okay. The link it's on her LeanPowerment already up.
Okay.
Get started, stay supported, lean light. No, not that one. Sorry. 100-day healthy challenge, Crazy Stupid Midlife Challenge starts 6/16/25. Spots fill up fast for these challenges if you are ready to have an amazing 100 days together. Getting healthier and happier. Let's go. So that's it. We're going to put it on our website too. So it's called the Crazy Stupid Midlife Challenge starting on June 16th, 2025.
Okay. And if you have any questions or a link doesn't work, or if you're confused, or if you need more from it, you just let us know. You can email us. And then is the Facebook page, do we have a Facebook page?
I just made one because I had to for something else, but it doesn't have like our logos and stuff up. So that's something I have set for Julia to do this week, our intern.
Okay.
And she will work on getting that up this week.
Yes. Okay. So sign up to get your spot. And then that means that we're starting June 16th. And
June 16th.
You'll probably get a confirmation email, and then you'll start getting things like what to do and recipes and how to get a hold of Coach Sasha and how to be a part of the community. So be ready. And if you're kind of the quiet type who just want to be a part of something but don't want to, like be talking to the community or whatever, that's fine too. You don't have to be all involved, but the point is for you to be a part of something and do it at your own pace, but do it. So accept the challenge, put the energy into it. And if you're just the quiet type, you don't have to be all into every single thing that is
Yeah.
published, it's for anyone and everyone, male and female. So if your husbands want to do it with you, great, bring them along. I mean, a 20-minute walk together, look how much that can help your relationship too. You just never know like what this can do. It's 20-minute challenge, just healthy living. Start now, or I'm sorry, start June 16th. You
Start
could
June
start now.
16th. Exactly. Yeah. And I was also thinking it would be fun too, like if you guys are posting and then you're tagging us, like we can put you on our stories, and
Yeah.
it can be a fun, like, I think this will be a really fun way to get not all of our listeners, but as many who want to sign up, to engage with each other. Because again, community, 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 that is what we are after.
Yeah.
And whatever we can do to get this community interaction rolling, we want to do on our end. So
Yeah.
we're so excited.
And not only that, but just like remember, we're all in this crazy roller coaster of midlife, which a lot of stuff is happening, right? We've got hormones, we've got lots of events, life-changing events, we've got sick parents, we've got kids leaving the nest, we have kids still in the nest, we've got so many things
Failure to
happening.
launch.
Failure to launch, the kids that never want to leave.
Failure to launch the kids.
And teenagers, I mean, just so much happening and so much stress. And so many times we forget to take care of ourselves. So, it's just, I can go and blow $100 on 4 drinks in one sitting. So for me,
Or
it's a
even, yeah,
no-brainer.
dinner out with friends. Yeah, dinner out with friends, and
It's like hundreds of
and you
dollars
get it.
these
Yeah,
days.
it's insane. So investing $100 in your health, I feel, is like such a better investment, right? It's better. It's even better than buying a pair of jeans or a new pair of shoes, because this is going to help establish a healthy lifestyle habit, instead of, I'm going to do this for, 28 days and then I'm done. No, a true reset takes longer than 28 days, I think.
I agree.
So
And
I'm
also,
excited.
I'm also challenging myself. This might be too much, but so I went out last night. We went line dancing. It was so fun. It was so fun. In Temecula, they had this winery, and they would teach you how to line dance. There were so many people, and it was a beautiful setting. It was just vineyards after vineyards, and everyone was dancing and chatting, and all the kids were out there, and you could just, it's great. So, and I didn't drink. That's my point of all that. But I think on this challenge too, for me to be healthy, I think that's something that I'm going to try and do. The 80/20 is not drink as much, because I just felt so much better. I went to bed, my sleep wasn't disrupted. I didn't feel like shit this morning. So it's not just like getting out there for 20 minutes. You can just change your mindset about so much going on in your life. And we're all here for it. So if you guys want to talk about like, hey, how do you go to a winery and not drink at all? Like, most people would want to pound the bottles of wine, but we can talk about that. So,
Well, yeah. And I think I saw an Instagram post, and I was going to try and find it, but it'll take me too long. It said something like, you're never going to say to yourself, oh my God, I feel like shit, if you're like working, like if you're working, let's say you're exercising and you're eating well and you're, prioritizing your sleep and you're doing stress reducing, you're never going to be like, I really feel like shit after doing all those things. Like, you're going to feel so good. So the point is, this is going to be good. It's pretty much a guarantee that this is going to be good for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone who's going to be, you know what, I really, after prioritizing movement and sleep and nutrition and community, I just feel like throwing in the towel. No, it's not going to happen. This is like a guarantee.
You just learn to take care of yourself. Like, this is about us. This isn't about anybody else. This is only about you. This is just about you making yourself better. Not even better, just wanting to
healthier,
just a healthy
which is
mindset.
Which is better.
Yeah,
which is better.
Yeah. So and things change quickly when you feel better and do better. Like, your life just gets, doors open up, and it's like more sunshine. You feel like, than not.
More clarity, more positive energy, more positive vibes. Because like I said, this last 2 weeks I have fallen off the bandwagon and I've gotten a little bit negative,
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I haven't been prioritizing my sleep and my health and my movement and all of that.
Yeah.
And me, I've been prioritizing just getting through these last couple of weeks. So it's true. It changes your mindset. And I feel a lot more positive and a lot more like it's even easier to make decisions when I'm working out and eating better. It's easier because sometimes you get decision fatigue where you're just like, I can't make another decision. Like I don't know. I don't know what I want, or I don't know what I'm going to do, or, and you get frustrated. I have that so much less when I'm moving my body, sleeping well, and making good nutrition choices, 80-20, obviously, I'm never going to be like, I don't ever eat ice cream anymore because I love ice cream. That's actually part of my self-care. I love ice cream, but I don't have to be indulging in it daily,
Right.
It's just more of it's a treat, a couple times a week. Because again, if I'm doing the 80-20, I still am consuming ice cream. I'm just not having a Dairy Queen blizzard.
A Sunday every day. Oh, but those Dairy
Which
Queen
is what I
blizzards are
consumed
good.
last night. Oh my God, it was so good. It was the double. I went out with a bang. Double chocolate chunk cookie dough blizzard.
Wow.
Yes.
That's okay. Good. Last night I ordered tiramisu and chocolate, 10-layer chocolate cake. And I think just me and Charlie and my mom were the only ones eating it. The guys were like, no, we don't want any of that. But I didn't drink, so I guess I saved the calories there.
I didn't drink either because here's my new thing. Here's my new thing. This is my new rule. If I'm going to have a drink, I don't do the dessert because I feel like it's one or the other, right? Because alcohol is like sugar, right?
Yeah, right.
So I didn't have a drink at dinner. I just had water. And so then that's when I was like, okay, I'll do the blizzard. And I split it with my kids. So I didn't have the whole blizzard myself. But I remember going home and thinking, I really shouldn't have had that blizzard. It kind of was like, it set me over the top. You know what I mean? I didn't need to have it.
I know.
But anyways, it's fine.
I know.
Life is life and we're moving on.
Yeah. So we're not going to harbor those negative stuff. So we're just going to.
Not at all.
We're going to start a new challenge and build this community. And we're excited. We hope that you guys all show up for yourselves. And we will be there with you. So 100-day challenge. I think I put 100 days. Is that accurate? I don't know. You're the teacher.
Healthy 100. No, now I'm on break. So now I'm not a teacher. Now I'm just a human. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, if you guys see any misspelling, it's probably because I did it, not Renee.
That's okay. Whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, guys, we're so excited.
Yes. And then what's coming up? So we're going on vacation, and Renee's going to be in Greece for 6 weeks, I think. I'm going to be in Greece for 2, or Paris and Greece. And so we'll do probably a podcast from Greece, which is exciting, from Paros.
Yeah.
And so we'll have lots to talk about then. That'll be awesome. What do we have coming up? Oh, so this one. So we have a podcast coming out before this one, and that was our media edit, which is great.
May media. Yes. May media edit. We'll do a June media edit at the end of June before I take off.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. And then we have the yoga studio owner coming.
Yes. Great. Yeah. Because the OBGYN is going to be great. So if you guys have any questions for midlife and what's going on with your body, female wise, let us know, because questions for the OBGYN would be great if you're like, if you have PCOS or if you're struggling with whatever it is. So give us a question for her.
Hormones. Yeah. Any questions? We're really excited about having her on. She's from UCSD Health. So, and she actually works, I'm not sure if we'll find out when we talk to her. I don't know if it's like a practice where they focus on this, but from the webpage that I discovered her on, it's like menopause health, and it's a bunch of doctors who focus on that. And that's great. It's so great. So
it's so hard to find. So that's wonderful for us.
It really is.
I think we're looking into getting a therapist.
Yes.
So we really want to have a therapist on just to talk about, what goes on in our brains during this midlife and what they see. I'd like to know what they see as far as women, what are their issues, because I could go on for days about mine in midlife, and I just wonder what the theme is. And so we don't feel alone, because therapy can be really great. Talk therapy, psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever it is. So I really want to get someone to talk about what that looks like, because I think it's important. We're all going through something. And I mean, I can have days where it's real bad and days that it's real good. And I just kind of sometimes want to know that I'm not alone in that. So I have you, but not everybody has a you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no, I totally agree. It's important to have someone to kind of not set you straight necessarily, but at least give you some strategies, And so we are trying to get a therapist out there who can talk about some of the common strategies that we see in midlife. So if you guys have something that you would want addressed by our therapist that we get on, then we can kind of make sure that we add that into our, line of questioning so that your questions can get answered through the podcast episode.
Yeah. And then also we're going to do a spa day, a retreat, and talk about that. So maybe even podcast from the special place.
Yeah.
We have that in the works. So that's exciting.
Under like self-care, right? And prioritizing. And again, self-care doesn't always have to be something extravagant like that, but sometimes it can. So it just, it just depends on, timing and situations, but taking some time to spend with your girlfriends and taking care of yourself in a fun, luxurious way is nice once in a while. It's a treat.
So also, I kind of wanted to know, listeners wise, if you're able to comment on this episode in the comments, would you be open to a weekend girls retreat getaway, and that we would, maybe we would have like yoga and Pilates and a cook and just, I don't know what I'm just putting it out there, but would you be interested? Would you take advantage of that if we arrange something like that? So answer in the comments. Yeah.
That's
all about building the community for us women.
Yeah, connecting women together who are going through the crazy, stupid midlife journey at the same time.
Yep. Okay, so I think that's it for today, and we will. If you have any questions about the 100 days, just email us or Instagram, Facebook now, I guess. And we hope to see you there. June 16th is start date, so the challenge is on. We challenge you. Challenge accepted for me.
Yeah. Challenge accepted. Yeah. So hello@crazystupidmidlife is our email. You can DM us on Instagram, and we can't wait to do this challenge with you. So yay.
So until next time, have a great week. And thank you so much for listening and supporting us. We always appreciate it. Share us with your friends and family, and we'll see you next Monday.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next episode.
Stay challenged.